Hey guys, as you might know, ticks have been a very hot topic in our house lately. And I just spent the last maybe hour doing some research on tick prevention. And I thought I would share some of that with you guys because I know a lot of you have actually been sending me messages and wanting to know what we're doing to fight ticks and if it's helping, if it's working. And so I thought, hey, why not collaborate? Because ticks are nasty, right? So here it goes. So as far as tick prevention, I found that there's basically three things that we can do to prevent. Um, the first one very easily is just a bug spray. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are like me, I'm not going to be spraying my family with DEET. So instead, we have been using a essential oil mix that I really like. We use it, I just use a little, I should have grabbed one, but a little glass bottle. And the mix that I use is 1 part vodka, 1 ounce vodka, 3 ounces water, a teaspoon of a carrier oil. I use a fractionated coconut oil. And then you use a total of 40 drops of an essential oil. Now, the mix that I've been using that seems to work well when I actually apply it to my kids is I do 10 drops of each of peppermint oil, lemongrass, cedarwood, and lavender. So obviously the benefit is the bug spray smells amazing. My kids don't mind putting it all on at all because it actually smells good. And I don't mind putting it on them because it's essential, well, a little bit of vodka, but essential oil, so it's not like I'm dousing it with DEET or anything nasty. The one thing when you're using essential oils or any of like the more natural bug sprays is that it's not going to last as long as some of the commercial ones. So just remember that. That's where I have been failing. And just remember to reapply. Now, I did come across, this was kind of cool, that the Tick Encounter Research Center says that you can actually treat your clothing at least 2 hours ahead of the time that you're going to go out. So if you know that you're going to have a hike or your kids are going to be out in the woods in the afternoon, if you treat their clothing 2 hours ahead of time with, I'm probably going to say this wrong, permethrin spray, it'll soak in and it'll dry on their clothes. They can go out and actually it'll protect their clothing for up to 6 washes. Now, there's also, I found a service where you can send your clothing away. I'm assuming it's going to be like hiking clothing or something. They will treat it with this insect shield stuff, send your clothes back to you. It's good for up to 70 washes. Personally, I don't want something staying in my clothes for 70 washes. The permethrin, I've read a lot about that in the last hour. Non-toxic for kids. It is bad for cats, so if you're a cat person, probably not something you want to do. But again, I know for us, we've been sticking with the essential oils, and when I use it, it seems to be working. The next thing you can do is obviously a yard spray. There's a whole bunch of professional folks that'll come out and spray the perimeter of your yard. You'd want to do it about twice a year when the nymphs are the most active, which for us right now is like late May and in June. Again, I'm not, depending on who you go with, it could be fairly costly, and you want to make sure that you know what they're spraying in your yard, right? Now, the third thing, which is the one that's like really intrigued me and what got me researching the most, are tick tubes. So these are little tubes that you lay around the perimeter of your yard, and most recommendations say you lay them down every about 10 feet or so. So depending on how big your yard is, you might have a lot of tubes. You can kind of hide them under, so it's not like you go out to your backyard and you see all these tubes laid around. Now you can buy some on Amazon that are pre-made. They can get kind of costly depending on how big your yard is, or you can make your own. And making your own seems really easy. I think we're moving I know we're moving in just a couple weeks. I think once we get into the new house, I'll probably make our own and line our backyard. But basically you just take toilet paper rolls, like the tubes or tubes from paper towels, and you just, you need just a little bit, and you grab cotton balls and you spray the cotton balls with that permethrin. I know I'm probably saying that wrong, but you spray the cotton balls with it, you shove the cotton balls in your tubes essentially, and you lay them every 10 feet. And the idea is that ticks, although we call them deer ticks, it's really the mice that are the main carriers and kind of breeding grounds for the ticks. So the idea is that the mice are going to grab the cotton balls, take it back to their nest to make their nest all nice and cozy, and that's where the ticks are laying their eggs, laying the nymphs, and where the ticks are growing. So the permethrin is not hazardous to the mice, but it's deadly for the ticks. So the idea is that you kill the ticks where they're breeding and multiplying, and then you're no longer going to have a tick problem. Now, obviously, this is based on the assumption that you have a lot of mice, which is the mice are the ones that are carrying your ticks around. I mean, for us, we live on conservation land, so yes, mice are a huge issue for us. And also, there's some concern, like I said before, that the permethrin is not dangerous to the mice. It's not dangerous to dogs, to people, to kids. It is dangerous to felines. So if you're a cat person, you might want to do some more research to see, I'm not sure what would happen if you have a mouse that's eaten the permethrin and the cat eats the mouse. What happens to the cat? But anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of what I learned today, and hopefully it helps you if you're in a tick-infested area like we are. So nasty. Thank you so much for joining, and tomorrow I'm going to look into removal of the ticks, because ticks are just so nasty, and they're all around where we live. But thanks so much for joining in. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care and stay tick-free. Take care. Bye.